back. Okay, so you guys are finally, after dealing with this situation, coming to understand that. Okay, McT was under the influence of the night hack. This was not in any way his fault, and the paladin showing mercy and everything. You decide it is time to continue on your way to High Rivers. So, as you guys continue your path to High Rivers, almost the whole of the day goes by, and you can see High Rivers on the horizon line. You'll be there by nightfall. Now then, I need to roll something.
High Rivers is more of a human settlement, right?
High Rivers is mostly human and dwarves. There are a couple elves and other what you understand to be short folk.
Ah, shit. Well, this might not go well if dwarves are there, but oh well.
Okay.
Some of them might know what drow are.
Oh shit, for neither of us girls.
Nope.
Well, you might be fine, but Cinder's like full on.
So 1 second here.
Oh, we'll see.
Okay, so Ray, you see this last minute as you see a tree to your right shuffle with movement. No one else sees this.
Okay, so none of us see that the trees are alive.
No one.
Wouldn't I notice this?
No. No one else sees this but Ray, and it's only because she has the fucking goggles.
It's like a very slight shift.
Right, yeah, it's just like something's moving inside the trees.
She's gonna do a nice little flip and climb the tree. So
It's about solid 30 to 40 feet away.
yeah, fuck it. She'll
I would love if she managed that jump.
That would be badass.
So you just start walking that way?
Hold on. I have an idea.
No, you don't.
No.
Why do you have an idea? How do you have an idea?
Acrobatic-y, strength, tossing in the air plus dexterity.
Okay, well, so you guys all see Cinder just suddenly breaks away and goes to climb the tree. I see you don't even get a few steps towards the tree before, so they don't get an advantage on this, Ray. But what's your AC?
It is 16.
You get hit with an arrow.
Ow! Jesus Christ! Like, ouch!
Immediately runs in front of her with a
Ice.
shield.
What's your AC?
My AC? Let's go look real quick. What is my AC?
They have advantage on you, thankfully,
Why?
because you didn't see this, and Ray didn't say anything.
Well, she just thought it was like an animal or something.
Yeah, so
And
she
she's
didn't say
like,
anything.
oh, puppy! Like she always is.
Right. So she just starts walking off. So what's your AC? I would like to...
I'm looking for it and trying to find
I'll
it.
find it. Your AC is 13. You get hit.
Well, shit.
It's only you two who are target. Oh, actually, hold on. I'm gonna roll. Okay, the orc. What's your AC, orc?
16.
16. Okay, 16. So Mickett, you get hit as well. No one else. You other two don't get targeted.
I quickly stand in front of Calamity.
No. As soon as you guys all two, almost as in rapid succession. Okay, so Ray, since they didn't have advantage, they only do a little bit less damage to you. You take a solid. You take 4 points of damage as a long arrow shaft hits you. Ah!
4?
Yep, 4 points.
Jeez, think about how much the rest of us are gonna take that got hit.
Calamity.
Yeah, right.
Calamity, you take 5 as an arrow pierces your side too. And Orc, you take the most. Good call. You take 9 points of damage as you get hit solidly in the chest. Ah!
I immediately shift protectively in front of Calamity.
So they got a sneak attack off. That's the only reason I was getting away with that.
Same for Cinder.
And Cinder's just right at the base of the tree, kind of just like rocking backwards, the hand on her shoulder, like,
So
ow.
I'd like to point out that none of you saw that shit coming. So just the arrows flew out of nowhere. So make sure you mark down how many hit points you guys all get.
I trigger Divine Sense.
You do not
Cinder,
sense
damn
any...
squirrels!
God damn it, Squirrel.
Jolts,
In Witcher, you know where that came from.
Jolts,
Right.
you don't sense any evil Actually, you sense good.
I sense good.
Yeah, that's what's so fucking weird is you sense good.
I look in the direction of the good.
Not only is it your party, but it's also coming from the trees that we're shooting.
I look towards the tree and I step forward towards them, raising the symbol of Paylor.
And so, what languages do you speak?
I speak Mordakian and let me check. I speak both commons, basically.
Okay,
Consider I said that in Elvish, by the way.
Huh?
Damn scrolls in Elvish.
Okay, and so they say...
Aggro snickers, but
So
still
you
goes
saw... Okay,
protectively hold
aggro,
up his shield in front
aggro,
of
you're
her.
going to go running up to aggro? Okay, everyone roll initiative, just because I need everyone to roll initiative.
Alright, I'm standing protectively in front of Calamity from the trees, and I'm holding
Also,
up the
notice
symbol
my
of
holy
Paylor.
symbol is actually worked into my shield, so I don't have to raise it. Just raise for shield.
Okay, give me 1 second here, guys.
I don't know where my character is. Oh, there it is.
I think I understand what happened. I think the dwarves are not too happy with the drow and the orc.
They are finely crafted arrows.
Elves.
Yeah.
Call it.
Why are elves attacking me? I'm an elf. Okay, I have a 16.
I'm an elf too, but.
You're a
They
part...
don't love us,
Because you're-
Cinder.
You guys
Because
are
you're
part
drow.
drow, remember?
The elves hate drow.
I'm aware. I'm
Drow
aware.
hate elves, but Cinder has no idea what the fucking drow is.
Yeah.
So he's-
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
gonna have an.
Guys,
but
I'm well aware that's the case, but...
they don't know that.
Right.
I completely missed 2 roleplay moments I was gonna do. Dang it.
Okay. Calamity, Mickett, aggro. Sandra, you didn't roll initiative.
I rolled 17.
And you... Okay, thank you. Okay, so you guys... And so all of you get... Paylor Worshipper, you're the only one who gets this warning. They're like, back down, Paladin. We are slaying the Underdark scum. And they're speaking in the native... they're speaking in the native tongue.
And
So that means I hear it too, right?
Yeah, they're speaking native. They're not speaking Oceanic, and they're not speaking Elven. So
And
if any of you speak the native tongue of Common, you will hear this. Now, it's not your turn, as you hear more arrows being slid up along the shafts.
Alright. Damn it. Okay, well,
and
So I'll let you say one thing, Jolts.
I say...
Pay as well.
I say they know not what they are, and Paylor protects them, as they have helped me for righteousness, not for
Persuasion,
evil.
disadvantage.
What?
Persuasion, disadvantage.
Paladin has to go somewhere with these guys.
Come on.
What are they exactly?
Nice.
15.
Jolts, you roll good, so all of a sudden you hear... As apparently whatever you said kind of clicked with them. As all of a sudden you hear... And all of a sudden right next to Cinder, you see 2 elves appear.
alright. Can Cinder go now?
Hold on. Maybe you didn't hear me. Really. These guys had the first initiative. Fucking Lander just saved your ass. As these 2
Alright, I need to
walk
interject
down,
myself.
shrink with two short swords each, and they ready a battle stance. And you hear up in the tree some more. What proof do you have of this? For the Drowkin are not welcomed in our lands.
I have been traveling with them for many days and have exposed my back to them many times, and yet I have yet to be stabbed. And they have assisted me in saving multiple cities.
And saved your life.
And,
And saved your life
and
twice.
they even saved my life on multiple
Twice.
occasions.
I saved you from herpes.
Well,
Goddammit!
it's a good thing that they were only asking about the drows, because if they were asking about me, that would have been a down.
And oh, and
Yeah, that would have been a lie.
thank you for the reminder. I was about to let that slide. And of the orc, as all of a sudden you see the one who's obviously speaking, drops down right beside the orc. Fucking 2 weapons at his neck before you even can grab your weapons, make it.
And I point over at him. He
I
is
never
half-
went for my weapons.
I know.
And is he a full orc or is he half breed?
He is
Half.
half-breed.
We have recently met up with him, though the city of humans seems to trust him.
Yeah,
So I do as well.
half are accept, just
Okay.
not really trust right off the bat.
Right. So these elves are like, and who are, and so all of a sudden they see like some kind of like a symbol on your greatsword, Jolts, an ancient symbol of the woodland god. It's like, you're you're one of the guardians of the druids.
I nod my head. I am. Trying to remember the name of what they're called real quick.
Can I say something real quick in something to this because if he's a guardian, I could so say something, please.
can.
Raising my hand like a good girl, please.
Turn 17.
You guys can.
I'm gonna roll persuasion, like in speaking Elvish. Like, stop. Maybe you've heard of me, Nightingale. I travel with the traveling ferry.
Nope.
She's on,
None of these guys know who you are.
She's sitting on the ground, like just holding the arrow, not making any sudden movements. Just
She
like
is gonna reach for Lander and slowly get herself up using his help and say, if he is a guardian of the druids, he is my guardian, as I am a druid.
And so the one right next to Aggro here is going to cautiously walk towards you, and he points the sword at your collar to pull out your necklace piece. Like, oh shit, she's one of the druids. All of a sudden, drops his weapons. I'm sorry, milady.
She has the most pissed off but calm look on her face.
I saw the black skin, and I only assumed you were taking these men captive. And so all of a sudden he's like, these men are good. They're good people, and they immediately step back with their swords drawn. And they feel,
Yes, I am useful.
They feel so bad as they realize you're one of the druid guides, and they had no idea who you were. And so he drops to his knees immediately, like, I am so sorry. I just saw, and I thought you were drow, and I thought you had come taking men of the
She's
surface.
just gonna put her hand on his head and just give it a meek pat and just like, shh, friend, calm oneself. Simply do not judge a book by its cover before you respond.
And he's like,
just looks and head tilts, like, what the fuck's a drow?
The
So-
fuck is a drow?
this guy gives you
I'm
this.
guessing that I've
You
been
have.
explained what my kin is.
You are well aware of what a drow is, as your people have told you, and they are the cruelest and most malevolent species of the Underdark. They are far more vicious, and their knowledge of magic outdoes any of the surface dwellers, even the high elves who practice magic regularly. They're packed with demons and devils to increase their own power. It's matched only by their malicious desires and their unwillingness to see the light as a peaceful thing. They
But
are the
Cinder, is
cruelest.
he telling this to Cinder or to everybody?
This is something Calamity just knows.
Did anyone question who I am yet?
No, you're a half elf. They don't care.
I'm just gonna say the way you had your character say that, it just kind of felt like he was describing like a pro gamer and a normal gamer. It's like, oh, these pro gamers are so much better. They're way better than these guys who play video games regularly.
I'm sorry, what are you talking about?
Nothing.
Like how drow practice evil magic? Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
so...
how drows are so much more powerful for their magic use.
Yeah, their magic
than
use
elves.
is pretty impressive. They're the only ones known to use demon magics as a form of knowledge, not divine.
So what?
I'm
What
going
variety of elves are these?
Oh, these guys are obviously woodland elves.
So they'd speak native elven, correct?
Yes, they speak native elven.
So going back to my running gag of speaking a lot of native elven, I'm going to introduce myself in native elven. Sono agro, Chiarico di Sirona vi salutiami.
No one cares.
Okay,
Come
if
on.
I don't understand you. So they're going to try to... They can match the same language, but I can't, so... They match the same
I'm
language.
writing translations of what I'm saying in Roll20.
Okay, so they kind of introduce themselves as the Elven Knights, the Watchers of the Wood.
Do I know who these are?
Yes,
Would my
these guys
guide
are
have told me?
protectors of the woodlands, as I have said, and they...
What was my guide? Because they may know
Oh,
my teacher.
Harari, yes. So you've mentioned Harari, and I'll roll. These guys have a pretty good chance of knowing. Yeah. Two of them are like, oh, Harari, the guide of isbriar.
He is my teacher and the one who raised me.
He is also the one who led me to the grove.
So like, oh, well then, we are in presence of powerful allies. Are you headed to the high rivers?
I'm guessing that's where we're heading.
Yeah, the human settlement. And Cinder, this guy is still really hesitant as you are a full-fledged drow, and he hasn't
She is
let
a
go of
very
his weapon.
close friend of mine, and I would appreciate it if you
Stands
would
and
help
hides behind
her.
aggro, like, you guys are mean.
She knows not of what we are, and I am aware of what I am, and ashamed to admit it. But please, she's harmless. If anything, she is a very good friend, if not a sister to me.
Okay, and so at this point you see two of them go up to each of the three, or you see they all go up to each of you they shot, and they heal each of you for 5 hit points. Just, we are
Alright.
so sorry for what we have done.
As for the orc, he is indeed new to our group, but he shows potential, and he is a good friend.
And
Yes, I'm saving your ass. Don't trust you quite, but I see good in you, so I'm not going to hurt you.
My
and,
character just stands there observing.
Alright, and I'm gonna walk forward up to Calamity and hold out a hand. Are you okay now?
I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
I was almost hoping you guys would kill them.
You're hoping
I used my druidness to my advantage.
No,
I'm like,
no,
fuck you guys.
thank God you two were here to say something. Otherwise, they probably would have just straight up tried murdering the three of you.
I brought forth the holy symbol of Palor.
I
Yeah,
brought
they
forth
probably
Holy
don't-
Symbol of Sirona, but they had no fucking clue what that was.
Yeah, they probably didn't care about the fact that you guys were religious. The fact that the two of you were part of the druids' inner circle, kinda made them realize, oh shit, you guys are guides. You're good. You're not out to kill us. Okay.
But still, at the very least, they got him to listen.
Good job.
So these guys are like, okay, here, let us guide you to the city of High Rivers. It would be our pleasure. Just here, we'll protect you. And so they'll explain the reason that they just straight up shot the drow instead of just doing what you would say and.
Oh yeah,
judging
by
it.
the way, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on her.
They already cast Cure Wounds on her.
Oh.
So, as you kind of walk by, they say they've had dealings with drow recently. They just had one of the smaller settlements of Mashira over to the east of here, just past isbriar, was attacked by a drow war party of some form. They don't understand what they wanted, but they
I'm
ended
sure
up
they
killing.
did terrible damage.
Yeah, he's like, they ended up killing over 100 women and children and keeping the men as slaves.
I wish there was something that we could do.
There is, I say. I will not allow this blatant act against not only the freedom of the people, but their very lives to go on. I will stand against this evil. Which
like-
town did you mention?
Moshira, but he's like, it doesn't matter, it's been days, and they only attack once a decade or so. So we won't probably see an attack for some time. And he kind of reestablishes that we're elves. A decade doesn't mean that much to us. It's a very frequent thing, but it's just not anything you can repel right away.
Right. So there's not much I can do at the moment.
No. Maybe in the future, so we will.
So you do not know where they hold them then?
He's like, probably under dark caverns, deep below the earth. Okay,
Oh,
so
he asked
Ray, you're gonna have to speak aloud and say this stuff. So as soon as you say, "Why would the dark-skinned ones like me kill?" and they say, "To sate their demon god." Did you hear me, Trey? Ray? You're mute or something. Oh, okay. So yeah, that's basically what they say, is that it's to say they're god of spiders and demons. And they don't understand it entirely either. All they know is that they are evil and that they must be killed. And they thought that you were a part of another scouting party and had taken some humans captive.
That's why we're fully armored and armed and...
Maybe
He
it's
just
a ruse.
shakes his head.
They just kind of like, well, what do you want us to do? Maybe next time one of your human cities get attacked by an unknown race, and you see the race attacking you, you'll react the same way.
So you say that they hold themselves in
I'm not
caverns.
sure if Agro would identify more as an elf or a human.
Human.
Do you know exactly where these caverns are?
He shakes his head. No, they're up with. They probably have an entrance or a cave entrance in the mountains, but that's not the point. The caverns are just the entrance. The Underdark is a huge cave system deep below the very earth.
In other words, it's like a whole nother world down there.
Exactly.
Trying to find
A
the...
whole new world.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
world
they-
full of shit you really don't want to play with.
So finding... Just because we find the entrance does not mean we'll find the drow.
Exactly.
They live somewhere down there, but it'd be like trying to walk across the world.
They kind of nod, like, only reason we haven't attacked. And so you guys about enter High Rivers. As you guys get stopped at the gate, the elves will bid you adieu and walk away at this point.
Hold up a second, I did not sing. That was not bloody me.
So you guys are stopped at High Rivers, and at this point the humans will stop you and say, "Hey, what's your business here?" As you can tell, they have a bit of a dwarven accent.
And I hold up a hand and say, "We've been sent to help. We're from isbriar."
Isbriar, you're one of Frank's men, is ya?
That's correct.
Yeah, you got a paper?
Did he give us a paper, Lucy?
Yeah, he gave you parchment.
Okay. I hand it up to him.
And so, guy reaches down from the top of this like 5-foot tall wall. He just fucking reaches down, and grabs it. And he's like, "Oh, okay. So you're one of those adventuring parties, hey?" And so he's like, "Open up the gates, let them in. They're here to help us." Okay, and so all of a sudden you hear from the actual dwarf, "Open the gates!" And so all of a sudden, and so this wooden gate is opened up, kind of like giant double-sided doors. And you can see right into the spot. The very entrance of this city. Let me pull you over. So you guys are right up here, and the gate would be right about now. And you can see
Alright.
that there's two bridges crossing the rivers into the heart of the city. This place is pretty fucking big.
As I'm entering, I'm gonna look up the gatekeeper and say, is there a chantry of Palor in this city?
Oh, this city is quite huge. You'll find you'll find a god for each of the days. Palor, Herneus, even Saint Cuthbert himself.
Thank you. I must speak with them. Could you give me directions, please?
Oh yeah. And so he'll point you down the way. It's roughly right about here. Right about here is where it is, Jolts.
Alright. Let's see it. And I say, thank you very much. And I look over at my friends and I look over at everyone and I point over at... What's your name again?
McT?
Yeah, Mikti. And I say, we should both go to the church together to see if they can undo what has happened to us.
So,
Very well.
is that everyone's idea? Head straight to the Church of Palor people, or whatever.
I was actually just gonna walk around the city a bit.
Yeah. And so
Alright.
they're going to straight up say, if you go to the tavern right on over here somewhere, you'll probably find a bunch of other adventurers who've been adventuring around town. And
I'd rather just explore the districts before heading to a tavern.
and you know, most likely as not, you'll find the guard captain there. He'll be the one you'll want to talk to about your ship.
About
It's a big city. We haven't seen one of these in a while.
Well, I mean,
getting afflicted.
no, about what he needs you to do.
Right. That's right. Reason I'm thinking at the very. I'll probably just head over to the chantry.
Okay, so Mickett and Lander are gonna head straight for the clergy of Palor. Agro and your retainers, you're gonna walk around town, and so I'll do a whole
And
thing with
Cinder,
you.
she wants to go along as well.
And
I
Cinder
feel like
is-
you pronounce my name a different way every time.
I don't understand how to pronounce it. Calamity, what do you want to do? We can either go with Sander or Lander and the orc.
She said she wants to shop a bit on the side.
Oh, you want to shop a bit? Okay, we'll deal with you here in a minute. So, okay, so Jolt, you're gonna head to the clergy. I'll deal with you. So, as you're walking around Agro, you see that there's a number of guards in this place. Surprisingly, a bunch of kingsmen, low-ranking kingsmen. They're kind of patrolling. And what you see is that there's like one on every corner, and at least one or two patrolling random streets. It's pretty heavily military fortified, as you come to understand that this place is under a bit of martial law right now. Kind of weird. And as you're looking, you can kind of see that there's a number of people here. The main populace is consisting of humans and dwarves, with a couple of halfling and gnomes walking around. You've only seen like 2 or 3 so far. The really oddity, though, is you see these giant bald humans just boom, boom, about 7 to 8 feet tall. You come to understand real quick that they're called Goliaths. And there's a bunch of them walking around.
So, we're gonna explore first through the pedals and the artisans' quarters, and finish up at the coins and find a tavern for lunch.
Okay, so along the outside of this town there's a bunch of human settlements. Along the course of the inner side, there's blacksmiths, there's furnishings and stuff. There's not a whole lot of artists. There is a bit of a Jesus Christ.
That's on the other side of my room too.
There is an artist type person here. He's a half elf. He's very pompous and into himself. But otherwise, there's not a whole lot of merchant trade here. Or
So
there's
not a lot of pretty things to look at?
Hold on, let me rephrase that. There's not a lot of craftsmen here, but there is a huge like bazaar right along the bridges right here, and along the inner quarter right here. As you kind of quickly realize, all roads lead to High Rivers, and it makes sense. High Rivers is a central trade city. This is where people come to rest basically taverns are pretty big here. And a lot of people will come here to trade their goods so that they can be dispersed across all of Mintus. And this is where besides the capital, this is where some of the main armies of the Kingsmen and this is where the main church of Hernaeus is. Hernaeus' church being right here, of course.
Biggest building in the town.
Yep. And that is something all of you come to really quickly realize. Besides Kingsmen, who are kind of just guards, there is a proverbial fuck ton of clergymen.
Any strange looks? Apparently, Cinder's asking.
Any strange looks? Yes, you get all the strange looks. Actually, both you and Calamity do. As you're kind of just looking around, you see people giving you a wide berth. They fucking scout you. You even get a rock thrown at you by a couple of kids. Drow scum!
I'm gonna growl at those kids.
Ah!
The smirks as they scamper off.
Yeah. So this is actually something happening to both Calamity and Cinder. You kind of realize that apparently isbriar was a little more open to the races. This place is not. Dark elves are definitely a bad sign. That said, you are seeing the occasional elves in the artisan corner, if you will, including the local Boyer and Fletcher, being none other than a gray elf, a very tall human-esque elf, but with long pointy ears and bigger eyes than normal.
Also, just while we're walking, what's the latest fashion, since that's one of the things Aggro has to keep up on,
Good-
according to
good
his
call, good call.
background.
So this play, the latest fashion is definitely, people are really into the silk. Elven silk is highly prized right now, especially robes, if you will. Just fancy men will wear robes, and fancy women will wear dress-like robes.
Hmm.
And it's just long silk is what people appreciate. High elves are in the know, okay? High elves are
Yeah.
all about this. And actually, you do see a couple of high elves. One of them is selling magic baubles, and he has floating glass orbs full of different varieties of fire and all forms of shit. There's like, maybe my family will stop by and we can help with them. Okay, sorry, you two are typing.
nope,
You two are typing, and I'm having a hard time understanding. So I'll understand.
I'll relay the conversation to you every few minutes.
Okay. Okay.
It was
Fab
basically
Wishing
she's
Landa
just
was here.
she's getting hugged.
Okay, so Sandra and her getting hugged, and okay, cool. Cool. So yeah, you guys are just having some looks, and we'll do some shopping with you here in a minute. Just as soon as you two are actually able to talk, and I can talk with you. Jolts.
Yes.
I'm just gonna. How do I pronounce your name?
My name
No,
or his?
his. The hard.
I totally need to buy I need to buy into his latest fashion craze.
Yep,
Captain?
Captain, my captain.
Oh yes.
How do I pronounce your name?
Oh me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it right the first time you did it. It's McT Sant.
Okay, so Mick T, you and Lander walk into the Church of Palor, and you hear the holy choirs. As today is, in fact, as it has been a few days, and it is now the first day of resting. Womb's Day, if you will. And this is the day of fertility, life, and growth, if you will. And you come to understand that the Church of Palor is in full swing as they basically have a lot. As you walk up to the front door, you see there's a line of homeless people who are, or sick people there, just like, help me, I am dying. And you know, they have like a young apostle, if you will, or not apostle, shit, acolyte there, kind of with a bowl, like, and you know, you see copper and silver being thrown into it, and you know and there's like a small army of clergymen doing just simple little cantrips of healing or the like on people passing by. Power of Palor be with you. And you can tell a lot of them aren't actually healing. A lot of them are just trying to make them feel better. As you can imagine, a lot of greater spells like actual healing aren't going to be wasted on lesser folk when they need it for bigger things. So they are trying though. They're trying to make these people feel better as best they can. And so you walk in and you can see the stained glass symbol of.
I just want to say, like, as I'm walking past these people, I lay my hand on a couple of their shoulders and use lay on hands to heal them as I'm approaching the church.
And they, oh, bless you, oh, and they throw, and one of them goes to offer you like his last 2 silver that he has no teeth in his head.
And I smile and wrap his own fingers back around the money and says, keep it.
Oh, the divine light brings you here. Ah! Okay, so you walk into the church and there's giant fucking stone columns, and this place isn't overly fancy, but it's strong as hell. The only fancy part is there's a giant dome with like an oculus opening where the sun will be, right? And otherwise there's a pane glass of what looks like sun beams kind of just going across this dome roof. And you can tell during about noon or so, the sun goes perfectly right where the oculus is and shines in. Unfortunately, it is later into the day, and so it looks like the sun's coming into the left side of the dome. But it still looks very pretty, as you can see the sun rays. As you can see, this place is built to reflect light so well that they don't even have very many candles here. It's just light bounces.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
And you can see that there's a bit of a sermon going on as the teacher's giving lessons, and the great power of light, you know, yada, 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 yada. And so one of the higher ranking, what you can imagine to be a higher ranking cleric comes up to you and says, Praise be the sun, Paladin. You're here for rest, I assume? He says, kind of approaching, recognizing your son's symbolage, and kind of understanding you are one of the servants of Palor, and is giving you quite the respect for it.
And I say, yes. And I've come here also for healing. I have been bestowed a terrible curse.
Oh, terrible curse. And he looks at the orc, and what of your... He doesn't want to say orc, but he says friend.
He the same as I.
Then I will bring you to our deacon, and he'll do a bow and do the fucking praise the sun type bullshit. Praise the sun. Okay. Excellent. I'm glad we're all on the same page.
You would kill me if I did that.
Oh fuck yeah, I would. Anyway. Well, no, it's just it was anyway. So you guys, you get brought into the office where you see this old great beard. He has a magnificent beard, by the way. Oh my god, you want his beard so bad. It's just white, and he has like big droopy eyebrows with his eyebrow hair coming down to his cheeks, and big pointed nose, and his beard is long and voluptuous, and it comes all the way down to where you can imagine is his feet at this point as he's sitting there signing paperwork. And
So he has this long ass beard.
yeah, basically, and you see the scribe is also filling out paperwork for him and reading to him time to time, and you see this dude has like a ring of hair around his head that almost looks like a sun, if you will. He's just like,
I'm gonna say it 4 eyes. That beard, though.
that beard though.
Oh yeah, that beard.
Yes, I approach and say, Deacon.
Okay, so he looks up at you, and who are you? As you see his eyes aren't opening as he kind of tries to raise his eyebrows, but they're still covered with the long eyebrow hair.
And I kneel down in respect and say, I am Lander Stormwind, a paladin of Palor.
Paladin! And so the scribe kind of like takes a step back and nods his head and goes to walk out as, the old man's in the and he stands up grabbing his giant walking stick that has the symbol Palor, and then he walks in, and it's made out of like a nice, nice white ivory of some form, and he approaches, and this old man does indeed have a beard that comes down to his feet as he's kind of hunched over and walks towards you. How may I help you, my son?
I look up. I have been bestowed a terrible curse, same as my friend has as well. We have been being hunted mercilessly during the night by a night hag.
He takes a deep gasp. Oh. Have you been receiving the curse of dreams? Of
Yes.
Oh, this is great. It is good you have come to me. Let me aid you. And he's like, follow me. And he kind of takes his time getting there. As you see, he's like walking 3 miles an hour. Just.
I will be respectful as I follow.
Okay, guys, I'm back.
Okay,
But will the orc be respectful?
right, and so he sits you down, Lander.
Yes,
and
the
he-
orc will be respectful.
And he sits you down, McT, and he's just like, and he talks to a couple of his higher-ranking old. These guys are old and they have a respectable beard, but not nearly as respectable. And so they all have gray hairs and wrinkles, and they're all kind of like, oh. And so you see one of them come up to you, an older woman with long hair covering her head, just like, I see you're haunted by the night haunt of the hag, are you?
That is correct. How did you know?
We have had problems with the night hag in the past. Here, let me... And so you see all three of them almost in a circular chant. Oh, it is me. They're not going to bother wasting a spell slot on this. They're just going to do the ritual. Oros yes, Yimea. Oros niros
I freaking love what you're saying. It's just a bunch of gibberish.
Thank you.
I can talk now.
Okay, cool. You girls are back. I'll deal with you in a sec. So you guys
I
get...
argue that it is better than the gibberish I use, which is also known as Italian.
Yeah, but you use a real language. I'm just bullshitting mine.
Yes, but yours actually sounds a lot more mythical than mine.
Thank you. So
Well, that's because his is mythical and yours is real.
right, and so he kind
True.
of so they cast Greater Restoration on you both, and you guys get any hit points I've permanently taken back.
Sweet.
Now
Tiger for
then,
30.
so one of them offers you some of the holy water and some food, and the old man goes to put a hand on your face there, Mickey, on your forehead, just to like, I sense something is wrong with you. And he goes to, may I put my hand on your head here?
Of course.
Okay, so he
I
does
just
that.
imagine him doing it without asking. Mickey just like goes to chomp.
Mickey's
so-
just like, what are you doing? He has
So
that
you
look
see
that
he
some
looks-
animals get when they're confused, that like freaking derp look on his face, like, what?
So
More
he
like
does this,
I
and
need an
he
adult.
takes his
I
hand
need
away.
an adult.
He takes his
I am
hand
an
away and
adult.
clenches it. You have been cursed. The night hag had affected you greatly. From what I see.
Wait, so I didn't gain my permanent health back yet?
Oh, you did gain your health back.
Okay, good.
Kind of like
Alright.
the night hag has affected you greatly. Did you feel some evil, some kind of desire to hurt someone?
Yes, I must confess that I felt compelled to kill the paladin that is within our presence.
It makes sense. They haunt your dreams. They try to compel you, turn what is good and light, as he kind of has like a glowing light in his hand, and turn it dark, and he crushes it. Your very being has been twisted into a much more darker perspective. I must aid you. He's saying he's going to cast atonement on you, but you have to do something to deserve this.
Okay.
I sense something dark here in the lands. Destroy whatever this darkness is in this city, and I will prepare the ritual. And he casts it, poof, and it touches your head. An atonement has now been cast on you. This means you are compelled to figure out what it is that's causing this evil in this land. And Landru, I probably should have
Yes?
done this earlier, but with your divine sense, it just is natural. It's not something like you smell sulfur all the fucking time, but you just sense a shiver down your spine all the time. And actually, this is affecting all of you. You sense this dark chill going down your back.
If I feel the passive, I'll activate the actual divine sense and look for where this chill is coming from.
You understand that this is a church, right? And that the
Alright,
church
I
of-
won't be here.
Right, yeah, you're not gonna sense it right away. This is just something off about the town, and all the clerics seem to be noticing it. And they do a thing, and they do the whole thing, and they're just like, go, free yourself of your curse. And they'll like, come back anytime, both of you, and we will offer you free board.
I nod and kneel respectfully. Thank you very much, Deacon.
Tell me before I leave, is there nothing else you can tell me about this darkness that you speak of?
Other than it is not from our world. You must be brave, as the light will guide you in the end.
Alright.
Very well, I shall find this darkness and remove it from the city.
You can tell this makes all of them feel very happy to say, may the light of Palor be with you.
And I am going to speed walk towards the bazaar now.
Or to the tavern, but whatever. Okay.
I'll follow him.
So at the same time, this is going on. Agro, Cinder, Calamity.
Hi.
We're gonna get her We're going to get her a makeover.
And she probably
Makeover!
hear that or probably would run away, like, oh god, what are you gonna do to
You
me?
don't get a choice. We just grab you like, this is
So,
happening.
okay, what's going on is you guys are kind of looking around the bazaar, and there's many people here, just like, or not bazaar, but kind of the trade center, like, we have fine fish from the very oceans, and we have, you know how this goes. Anyone?
She's probably looking around, asking people about their wares, being friendly.
Okay, so many of them are like, check, and so this dwarf comes up like, check out my fine dwarven steel. It is made from the very forges up in the mountains. And you know, he shows it, and if you take it, it's very well balanced and very nice.
What other wares do you have, friend?
What other wares? Ha 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 ha! Okay, he'll have he'll have he shows you all his armor, all his metal working and everything. He even has some, even like I have a gnomish apprentice, and you see his little gnomish apprentice over there with a beard, like a little hat, like a little goatee, and he's just like, hey. You know, he's like, I have fine jewelry too, and he kind of, like, he's obviously not as impressed with the jewelry as he just pulls up a box with mixed match jewelry, and the gnome seems very upset about this, but...
Oh, poor man.
Well, I think it's rather beautiful.
And the gnome highlights right away, like... The dwarf doesn't seem to care.
Cinder.
That may have been a mistake if you're not gonna buy any.
I'm thinking about it.
Okay, so
I'm
you see-
thinking of getting some sort of weapon for Lander, and thinking about maybe getting a necklace or some jewel for myself.
Okay, so, yes, there's all kinds of jewelry here. You see there's even a golden necklace with, like, an emerald in it that has, like, 2 wings coming off the emerald, and very fancy, very dainty, very delicate.
Her eyes suddenly light up, like...
Okay, and, you know,
How
there-
much gold would I have acquired throughout this entire bullshit journey?
if you didn't write it down, then none.
You asked. I asked you to update my thing.
I asked you to update your character sheet. I just updated your level.
So,
She has-
wait, I have a question.
I have an
She
answer.
has about 300 gold.
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
sweet.
Yes?
So she's gonna ask the dwarf how much it is for the necklace and how much is it for a sword.
Okay, so he looks over at his gnome apprentice like, get your ass over here. He's like, I don't know the price of jewelry, and the gnome comes up like I do. As for the sword, I can tell you all about the sword. He says, for a simple longsword, you say? 15 gold. 16 for one of my, and he kind of shows it off, like...
Well, a
16
signet
for this.
ring. A signet ring.
Oh, you want a signet ring? Of like your house or something?
Shouldn't
I'm saying
nobility
signet
already
ring
have
is
a signet
5
ring?
gold. I already have one.
Okay.
I already have one. I'm just pointing out that that's the price of a signet ring is 5 gold. Just
Okay,
give you a reference
he's
point for
just
jewelry.
not. I'm fucking well aware how much it costs, thank you. Okay, so I'm just saying the dwarf doesn't know what it is. So, he says 16 for one of my more lavish long swords. It's, you know, it's all very well designed, has like the symbol of Morden on it. And he's like, I have one for each of the chief deities that, you know, you humans all worship. 14 for one of the, you know, and he shows you a sword that has the symbol of, I'm trying to think who it is now. Symbol of Palor on it. He's like, because, you know, today's the day of life and fertility and shit. You know, I give a discount for gods.
I'm pretty sure Lander is the one for Paler, correct?
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
I'm gonna take that one and then give him the gold, and then point at the necklace and smile very kindly at this person, like, how
Okay.
much is it for this?
For which one? Because there's a number of necklaces. There's one that's in the
The
shape.
silver and emerald one.
Oh, the silver.
that you
Oh,
took.
the silver and emerald one. Oh, he brushes his chin. This one's worth 20 gold. It is very fine craftsman. It's taken me a long time to make this one. Says
It's
no.
beautiful.
And he's like, I'll give it to you for 18 gold. He says, kind of like, ah.
18 gold it is.
He's like, yes. And he totally hands it over, and he's like, fucking bend over and like, lower yourself here. I'll put it on for you.
And she kneels gladly with a sweet smile, like, I feel very happy now. They
Okay,
didn't look
and-
at me strangely, and I did something to make someone happy, so
And
I win!
so he realizes he's still too short. He grabs a step stool, okay, and he does it up for you. And okay, so he's just like, there you go. And he's like, any other jewelry? And he kind of shows, like, I have bracelets. He even pulls out like I have a gauntlet made of gold. A
Does he have like a choker with a bell on it?
choker with the bell. He looks okay, yeah. And he's like, yeah, I have a bell. I have a bell thing. I can totally put on like a nice leather strap. It'd be done by the morning, or it could be done within like 2 hours for the right price.
How much?
It's like, for the silver bell, and you look at the bell, it's all very fancy, and it has, like, symbol of cats on it and shit. It looks very cool. It has a full moon on each of the bell tips. And he's just like, well, the bell itself was only going to cost you like 2 gold at most. It's, you know, and he says it's like it's made out of pure gold here. And as for the, and that's with the embroidered like leather strip as a choker.
He just Aggro raises his hand like, make the chain golden as well. I'll pay for it.
It's supposed to be a choker. So, okay.
You
So
can
if
have
it,
a choker made out of
leather
gold,
works.
can't you?
I'm sorry, what, Ray?
The leather works just fine.
Okay, so for
Alright,
leather he'll do
nice.
for 2. So for 2 gold he can get you one. He's like, I think I have a couple of thongs right here. And he kind of he pulls out one and he's just like, if you want, just come back in like 10 minutes and I can totally have the thing set up. Is there anything you would want? Anything else you would want?
She shakes her head like, no, that'll do. Thank you.
And he looks
Thank
at you.
you.
And he looks at you,
Alright,
Aggro.
just ask for 2 of them to be made, but one into more of a bracelet.
Okay, and he can do that. That'll cost you about 3 gold instead. And he looks at Aggro, realizing right away he's a noble. Like, maybe I can interest you in something a little more fancy. He raises an eyebrow.
Such as?
He like lean in, and he's like, "Do you have a ring of your house?"
Oh, of course.
He's like, and so he reaches down below and grabs like this strange putty thing, and he's like, "If you want, I can make you a beautiful neck amulet with the symbol of your house on it. Make it all painted and designed, everything." And he shows you a piece of, pulls out a little box, like, "I've been saving this for something special." Pulls out, he has gold that's been melted down into little orbs of different colors. You see red gold and silver gold. It's like, I can make this legit, bro.
I'll take it. How much?
Okay, he's like, that'll cost you about 40 gold. But he shows you, it's like, it's as big, it'll be about as big as your hand, and it'll be made out of a real, like, intricately carved amulet, or, chain. He's like, I already have a lot of this stuff, I just haven't had the, thing inside. And he's like, here, even the amulet fucking opens up into, like, a storage compartment. Like, if you need, small storage compartment, very small, like, you could hide something tiny in there. It's very fancy. He's like, for 30 gold.
Just mentally, like... Oh, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Okay,
Already subtract gold.
so he puts putty to your signet ring, copies the signet ring. He's like, it'll be ready by tomorrow. I can guarantee it. He's basically
Wonderful.
he's just saying all I gotta do is mimic the symbol onto the actual amulet itself. Otherwise, everything else is prepared. So in 30 minutes or so, you get you all get your own stuff, and he does the fucking stepladder thing again.
Oh, can I
Found
ask
some-
if they can put Lander's name embroidered into the sword?
Oh yeah, the dwarf. Shit, he can do that. He can do that in like 20 minutes. Just like, here, let me.
It'll look pretty if it's inlaid with silver or gold as well.
Yeah, he can do
Aggro will
that.
suggest.
Yeah, he can.
I don't know. Not quite enough for that.
Yeah, he'll do that for about 5 silver.
Okay, I can do that.
He'll embroider it.
So, now that's done.
So
How about we find a place to break our midday fast?
Oh, well, actually, it's almost nighttime. He's like, by tomorrow, all this shit.
Evening fast, then.
Dang, you guys take a long time to shop.
Well, no, I told you guys it was getting late into the day by the time you even got into the city.
Oh.
So, at this point, I'm sorry, what?
Find a tavern somewhere to lay up.
Yeah.
One more thing, though.
Yes.
Just smirks sleepily and looks at Clam like, makeover shopping's not done. I have yet to see her put on a dress. Carol persuade or something?
No, not with another player.
Cinder just rubs her eyes and yawns a bit, like, I'm kind of hungry right now. Tomorrow, though, tomorrow.
Fine.
And as you do that, you'll actually grab your wrist and put the little wrist thing on your, around your hand. And, it has a little, and it matches the one she has around her neck.
Yay! Okay, so at this point,
Do I have the sword, or is it going to be ready tomorrow?
He says by the time you guys go around, continue window shopping, he hands you the greatsword and has it wrapped up in this very fancy hide. Like, here.
She gives a bit of a squee and smiles sweetly at him. Thank you.
And he gives you a wink and big old pudgy thumbs up.
Dang!
So glad that happened.
The happy calamity is very happy.
Okay, so anything else from you people as you guys all managed to reconvene at the tavern I was talking about? So, if I...
She's hiding the sword behind herself, at least the best she can.
I think the great sword. Are you sure?
I know!
I know,
failing,
I'm
but
well aware that the map I've brought you all to is pitch black, but bear with me as nighttime finally strolls around.
Alright, I guess before we end the night, I explain about what the Chantry said about the evil presence in the town.
Okay. I'm trying to pull your characters onto the map for some reason. It's not working.
Yeah, I look in thought before looking over at Calamity. I just like look at the handle sticking out from behind you.
Okay, can you guys see this all the way over here?
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys can actually see this?
Yeah.
Yes.
I love all the rough. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, there we go. So this should...
I see what you mean by there's a bunch of tokens.
Huh?
I see what you mean by there's a bunch of tokens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I told you I made a bunch of tokens. So this place is ran by an orc of all things. A half-orc. Oh, and you guys are way too small. Why is this?
I'm so tiny.
It's because I'm a half-orc. I'm smaller than normal orcs.
You're still a fucking huge bro. Okay, and the anonymous Mr. V is his token. Is my is the only way I'm seeing this. So you guys all kind of see this tavern, and you know there's some lovely music playing. Just oh wow.
Ah, this is cool.
And Cinder will start performing.
Okay, and so sure enough, you see that there's a bunch of dwarves all talking, and many of these guys look like fellow adventurers. Many
I'm
of these
gonna
guys
order
are
myself.
well dressed, and so this orc's up here. Ah, welcome to the Severed Hag. What can I get you? Yes, that's the name of this tavern.
I'll be right back real quick.
Ignore the anonymous Mr. V. He will sit up here.
And I say I'll take a honeymead.
Ah!
Do I
okay.
see any form of chef or kitchen?
You probably do. No, you don't right
Oh.
now.
By
Does
the
it
way,
look?
sorry.
I'm sorry. What are you guys saying?
Okay.
I
About
want
what?
to inquire about the state of our kitchen.
Okay, and he's like, it's always open. Okay, that's this.
I was referring rather to the quality or quantity of meals available.
And I was gonna ask
So,
if
why don't you guys move your characters to where they would actually be in this tavern?
and I was asking if me and Calamity are together right now.
Yeah, all of you together right now. Like you all end up meeting right out at the front door, just like holy shit. And so the half orc's like, brother, and he offers you a hand. It's a huge fucking arm. His arm's like fucking huge. Where'd your character go?
Alright, I look at Calamity on point, like, what's that?
Well, I...
Oh my god, did you do shadows and stuff on this map?
Yes, I did. Don't go.
I just noticed that
don't
because
go.
I was moving my token around like.
Don't go behind the counter yet, because.
Don't worry, I won't. I'm just gonna sit at the counter here.
So,
And I shall order salmon, spring vegetables, and a peanut nor rose.
No
Drink.
problem. He says that'll be about a silver for you. So.
Wonderful.
so what were you gonna say, Calamity?
Well, I found this really good blacksmith, and here. She says, handing it over.
I blink at a bit of surprise as I take it in my hands looking at it. This is
Well,
amazing.
take off the wrappings and look.
I undo the wrappings looking it over.
Okay, so you look over the sword, and it is a beautiful long sword. It's cross-hilted, made out of a fine steel. Made out.
I
of
thought it was a
finest
great
steel.
sword.
No,
Yeah, you said great sword.
I said long sword.
You said
It is a
what?
great
Your
sword.
blacksmith, you said great sword.
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
you say great sword.
Did
Because
I?
it is a great sword, a great quality sword.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant by it. I meant it was a great quality sword.
All right.
If I said great sword, it would have cost double, but actually. it would've
So
cost
anyway, he's
triple.
going to offer to order Cinder or something as well.
Okay, and so yes,
But
it's a
he
very
will say
fine.
that it will be a surprise.
It's a very fine steel blade, and on the very center of it is a symbol of Palor, and its crossbar is made out of has some strange golden writing in it. And the handle of the wrap itself has golden white trim, and you see along the very center of the blade at the very base, it says Lander.
I look a bit shocked at this as I look this over, and just admiring the quality of this thing as it shines in the light of the torches.
I
Before,
hope it's okay. I didn't know if you'd like it or not.
and I smile as I sheath it on my side before walking over and grabbing you in a hug, saying, "I love it. Thank you."
Okay, so after a few moments, as you guys start ordering food, and I'll say trade for a silver each, you all get a good quality meal.
Can I just?
I want
I
to
was gonna
talk to
suggest
the.
something.
Fine, you go ahead first.
You go, please.
All right. So I want to talk to the guy in front of the bar, and I ask him. By the way, have you seen anything strange in the city lately? Something that doesn't belong?
Okay, and he kind of like gives you the most serious look ever. As we're gonna have her come over here to speak to him initially, just because she is attracted in him. But so he kind of gives you a look like he doesn't want to really talk about it. Okay, hold on. I'm having a serious lag here because I have two of these windows open here. Okay, hold on. So, you see this female come up behind you there, Mick, and everything. Guys? And she's like, why are you interested? And you see she's a wood elf of some form. And you see her companion she was sitting with is a human ranger and a gnomish bard kind of sitting there. As well as there's another half-elf fighter just wearing simple clothing. Just like, why are you interested in the dark ones?
I was told that there was something within this city that might possibly be endangering the people here, and I was requested to look into it.
Okay, you see all these guys are just looking, all the inhabitants of the bar kind of just look at you. And all of you hear what he has said. It's something dark's in the land.
Which I already knew because I was there when it happened. So.
And you see this little serving boys.
And you got to do a Praise the Sun reference, so I get to reference this too out of character. There's talk of strange beings afoot.
Yep. Okay. So at this point, you see this Goliath kind of approach, like, big things are easy to smash, but dark ones, we don't talk about dark ones. And he's obviously stupider than shit, but he's like, dark ones, me fight dark.
So are these guys all officially employed, or are they just a normal race you also find around?
They are a normal race.
Alright, so they're not just only working for the kingdom.
Yeah, there's like 5 of these fuckers. You've seen 5 of these guys so far. Are you sure there's more though?
Part of me wants to just tell the guy off for getting involved. Then other one's like, what if he's important though?
And so you see his half-orc guy, who looks like he's dressed about as well as you are, Agra, this half-orc. So it's like, come back over here, Timothy. Let us drink some more. And he speaks some of the best damn Oceanic you guys have ever heard.
Yacht.
And you guys can end up talking for a little bit longer, as the bartender says he doesn't want to talk about it. It's something. The walls have ears, if you get my meaning.
Walls have ears and the hills have eyes. It's the same story every time.
I see. Alright, so since nobody wants to talk about it, I guess I have to drop it for now, which
Okay,
I do.
And no, the elven chick comes up behind you.
Oh, okay.
The elven chick would have came up behind you and she whispers, "A lot of people in this city have been dying. If you're not careful, you might inspire wrath of someone. The bartender has just lost his child recently.
What do you mean, inspired the wrath of who?
And she's like, the loss of family and child can inspire wrath. If you're not careful, you might just take his anger out. Not because he's guilty, but because and she's trying to say, basically, people are suffering, and if you bring up people's suffering, it might not just go very well. Just drop it for now. I hear that the captain of the guard kind of knows a little bit more of this.
I see. And I shall do just that.
What is it, Cinder?
Hey,
She's just performing.
Okay, so sure enough, Cinder sits up on top of the bar and is playing like her flute there, as you can hear in roll 20. And so many people seem to appreciate it. And the gnomish bard will hop up on top of the table and he'll play right beside you. He's doing an okay job, just like you, just like.
She just smiles and nods at him.
oh gosh, should I risk playing too?
No, they're both bards. Is the whole thing. They're both minstrels. So after some time,
I'm
as you guys
tempted
are,
to sing, but I have a feeling that my singing would suck.
as you guys
I
are,
want to do that too.
as you guys are kind of just sitting here, all of a sudden the room almost goes quiet as you hear a thump, and someone walks in. He's also very tiny, just like the rest of you. This guy walks in.
I appear to be having a problem with roll 20.
Okay,
Can't
well,
dismiss this man's picture.
Okay, well, you just see this very large-looking man, very in shape and in
Sure.
tone. And he kind of just... I'm sorry to realize everyone's having a lot of issues here. So you see two Kingsmen guard walk in with this guy. They do not look to be looking for a fight. But instead they're coming in on peaceful terms, and many people raise their glasses to him like, Captain of the Guard! And he raises his hand like...
By the way, you're gonna want to swap the A and the U in guard.
Shush you. No one knows how to spell in this
Guard.
world. No one knows how to spell in this world. I'm not gonna change it either.
Excuses.
Bite me. Okay. So Captain Mitchell walks in, and many people seem to recognize him right away. And he's like, "Okay, so who are you lot up there?" As he's kind of walking in, and he rests his arm on the hilt of his longsword, and he just kind of looks at the five of you at the bar stand, and he's obviously not threatening. He's just like,
I'm gonna hand him my scroll. I'm gonna hand him my scroll of pedigree.
You're just gonna randomly give him a scroll for no reason.
so scroll of pedigree.
It's a scroll of pedigree. It tells him who I
it's like,
am.
Oh, you're and so he reads it for a moment. Oh, you're Agro. Fuck, I can't remember your own name.
Silver Moon.
Agro Silvermoon.
Right.
You're part of the Silvermoon estate? My family used to grow up around there before I was sent over to the Mentas here. I heard you.
I've chosen to take a bit of a departure from my family. I need to prove that I can handle myself without their mollycoddling.
Oh yes, and you don't enjoy being coddled by us, she calls over giggling.
Oh shit, she's calling you out.
Giving
man.
Cinder a bit of a playful nudge.
Cinder just sticks her tongue out.
And so all of a sudden, as he's like, Silvermoon, yeah, I heard about you. And all of a sudden you hear from the back room, I didn't do anything this time, Captain. The voice fucking echoes in your ears. You know that voice, dude. It's like, what the fuck is she doing here? As she kind of steps out, like, I did nothing, boss.
Oh, yay! Looks like someone Cinder would like.
That
And
looks
you-
strangely like Cat.
You recognize right away who she is.
Oh,
no.
wait, it took me a second. Gotcha.
Alicia
Oh, it's my sister.
Silvermoon. She is, in fact, a human. She is your half-sister. She came from the first marriage of your father. And she looks at you. Holy shit!
Cinder just looks at her like, what?
She waves at this woman like, "Sup?"
So she,
As Cinder is under Agro's arm, just like, oh, hi.
she comes up and like stands as tall as she can and as gruff as she can and punches you in the shoulder like, what the hell are you doing here?
Hey, I was just thinking about something. If you gave him a scroll of pedigree, shouldn't he be standing next to the captain to give it to him?
Whatever, fight me. I'm having a hard enough time with the dynamic lighting. So she comes up, punches the shit out of you, and hold on, 1 second. You don't notice jack or shit, none of you do. Okay, so she just like, sweet, and all of a sudden your pocket feels a little bit lighter. She's like, it's nice to see you, brother. She's looking away, and you can tell she's counting your coins.
Cinder probably would have saw it.
No, you didn't see it. But basically, she makes it obvious to everyone in the party. She just stole all your gold, dude.
Chris's call drop.
Aw, you suck! Aw. Damn it, Chris. Captain, why are you away? Why are you away?
Captain, my captain.
Because I was talking to these people, remember?
I know, no, I'm saying, your thing says you're away.
Really? No, that's so nobody else calls me on Skype.
Alright, Chris is back.
Okay, Chris. So your sister just stole all your gold as she punched you in the shoulder, and though you didn't notice it initially, you noticed as she's kind of obviously counting your gold.
What has been my past relation for?
Oh, you understand that your sister is a bit of a troublemaker and loves to steal shit.
I don't mind. Like, what is my personal relationship? Either friendly or not friendly?
I'm sorry, I can't understand you.
What's his personal relationship with his sister?
Friendly-esque, except she treats you as a child, so...
And she just stole your money. All of it.
Oh, she stole all your money! Just in the short, like, half a second, and you see the guard captain grabs you and it's like, hey. Wait, you two know each other?
And he's just gonna sigh and sort of like pinch his nose, just fighting off an incoming headache. Yes. This one is my sister.
Maybe I should have been so friendly with you in the beginning, huh?
Wait, is he telling that to me?
Yeah, as you quickly come to find out, your sister is known as the local thief. As you see another female come up, very pretty half-elf, come up and like, what is... And she obviously hasn't seen you yet. What has my sister done this time, guard captain? As you
Chris
realize...
dropped again.
God fucking damn it! So basically, two of his sisters show up at the same place at the same time. And I can't even do anything about it.
Chris is here.
Chris, your second sister, this one's actually your full-blood sister. She's also a half-elf. Shows up to remind you that she's here and is trying to scold Felicia, the human, in your party, or in your party.
We do not question why I am blonde and they are not. We don't talk about that period of history. We just call them sisters and brothers.
Just because she must have taken on more of your father's dark hair. And remember, Felicia is also not your full sister; she's a half sister.
True enough.
Father. So they're all here, kind of talking, and she realizes you're here. Melinda Silvermoon is here, just like, holy shit! So we're having a small family reunion, basically, is what's up, and everyone seems to notice it as this tavern's getting really fucking crowded.
This is... I don't even know anymore.
I'm just gonna start ignoring spelling mistakes that I see.
Okay, so there's basically... Yes, please ignore my spelling mistakes. I only had a little bit of time to make these, so bite me. Okay, so...
Right, so he's just sort of gonna quietly mumble something along the lines of Serona preserve me. And then he's gonna turn to his friends and basically introduce his two sisters.
So let me introduce how you would know them. Felicia is one of the best duelists you've ever had the privilege of fighting against, but she's also the biggest troublemaker. Though she has basically had anything she wanted given to her, the thrill of stealing is way too great for her. Melinda is one of the, well, you hate to say perfect, but one of the closest to perfect half-elf you've seen. She's smart, she's never been sick, she's charismatic as hell, she's beautiful, she's wise. She's not very strong though, but she's still stronger than most anyone you've met. And she, basically, what you come to understand is that, basically, because of her, you've had to rebuild the family garden a few times, as she is known as a caster of some form, and you don't know how she got her magics. Apparently, it skipped your blood, as she is a wild sorcerer. And the few times she's tried casting magic to make a plant grow up, she's dropped fireballs.
And there's been multiple instances of her turning into a plant for extended durations of
Her
time.
skin turning blue.
Or, nuking the house garden with fireballs. Like, ah!
And dropped one on herself, actually, because that's how it works.
Yep.
It's like, ow.
So all of you kind of are seeing this, and there's just this commotion going on. As many people are, as actually you come to realize, many of the adventurers in this tavern are like, "Hey, Melinda," and they all seem to know who she is, and they approach and talk. As Cinder and this gnomish bard are getting it on. And
Anything
talking.
overly familiar where I need to start breaking arms and elbows?
The half-orc noble seems to be trying to hit on her, but she obviously ignores it. Okay. At this
As long
point,
as nobody tries anything, I don't need to start kicking ass.
okay, Calamity Lander, you see the captain of the guard approach you, like obviously not wanting to deal with this, and he approaches you guys like, "So, are you Frank's men? Has Frank sent you?"
Yes, I'm Lander Stormwind, the paladin of Palor. I was sent from Isbriar to assist you.
Excellent. And he's like, "We should probably find a more quiet location to speak. If I could get you and your friends to come with me. I have a job for you."
I nod my hands, of course. I look over at Calamity and put a hand on her shoulder.
I'm coming.
Okay, so I want your characters to move right here for me, and just let me know what you see.
Right where?
Right down here for me.
Where did my token get moved to? Okay.
Just move to the bottom of the map, and you'll see a couple of doorways.
Yeah, okay.
Alright. But before that, he never got his money back, did he?
Oh fuck no! Unless he brought it up exclusively.
Yeah. So that means at this point, my character is confronting her, and he's like, "I think you have something to return."
Basically,
Oh, did you take my cash too?
No. She only stole.
No, just
she
his.
only stole the. Cash of. Whatever. So yeah, if you guys want to explore the tavern a bit, just go to where the anonymous Mr. V is. Okay. So, unfortunately for you, and I want Aggro to move his character there too, as Captain of the Guard finds his way over here too. Aggro, can you move your character? Do you know where my character is? Or do you need me to move him for you?
I think I'm going to the right
Yeah,
place.
I'm already down.
Yeah,
here.
you are.
Okay, I'm having a serious lag then, that's all.
Here,
That was some really weird lighting issues.
Yeah, no, it's...
There we go.
Yeah, so, Calamity?
I don't know where to go.
Here, I got you.
Calamity,
Just
I'll
gonna stop
show
right
you
there.
a little. I'll show you a little something. Just don't say anything.
Oh, hi. Whee!
Do you see what you see here?
Hang on.
Just a little bit roll 20. Do you see that? Just don't say anything aloud. Do you recognize?
I see.
Don't,
God.
just don't say anything. As long as you
Walking
recognize.
away.
As long as you
Walking away.
as long as you recognize who that was.
Walking away.
Okay.
Just
So,
continue on
unfortunately for you, Aggro, you see your two sisters follow you.
Oh god.
So nothing happened to my confrontation?
Yeah, they gave back the money to
So he's gonna lean over to Sin and whisper, like, see, I was trying to get away from them.
they follow you in.
It's
Apparently.
like, it's alright, I'll keep you safe. Just kind of looks over and this little bite thing towards him. Just like snaps a toothpick.
Okay, so basically, the captain of the guard's like, are you technically with them? And he's like, oh, I guess you guys are family. I mean, it's like, and so before any of you speak up, Melinda's like, yes, we're with them. We're here to help. As you come to understand, your sisters are a group of adventurers as well. They came here on their free will.
So in a not mean tone, sort of like a playfully argumentative, well, I don't exactly recall asking for help from you.
And she's like, oh, you need help.
Oh, do
Do you
I?
even know what
Oh.
we're looking for? She asks, politely but curiously.
She's like, hey, we're here to protect our baby brother.
We
God
have
damn
that.
it.
With all due respect, my friends, I think he will be okay. We do keep an eye on
You hear
having
the
to-
you hear the rogue chick just fall out of her chair.
And you can see pretty much actors just pretty much dropping his head on the table. He's just like, I'm done.
Oh,
Besides,
you could
Me and Cinder split babysitting duty of him, she says, ruffling his hair a bit.
Cinder rubs his
Oh,
back.
but we haven't had anything to do for we haven't had anything to do for months. Let us help. And so Melinda's like, my repertoire with magic, my abilities with casting are quite skilled. I'm sure you could use at least some of our help. And she's quite good at getting into. She looks over at the captain. She's quite the acrobats. Basically, she's a fucking third level rogue. She can.
How
find
about
traps.
this? You can come with us and help, but no stealing from us or anyone else, she says stubbornly, so long as you are with us.
As long as you see her do the mocking lips thing, but it's like deal.
And if you mock, you can leave.
Deal, she says, fine. And Melinda nods approvingly. I'm like, okay. So what is it you gotta say, Captain Michelle? Fuck.
Oh, okay. So my character's name is Michelle now.
No.
Yes.
Captain.
It's been
No,
Mickey, which is your real name?
No.
Mickey?
Big T sound.
Mitchell?
No,
Michael? Michelle?
God damn it, shush you.
I
No.
love Michelle.
No. Captain. No, this guy's Captain.
Michelle.
This guy's name is Captain Michelle. This guy's name is Captain Michelle.
I thought it was
Are
Captain
you
Mitchell.
sure it's not Mitchell?
Whatever. It's supposed to be very. Whatever.
This is too good.
So, okay, all of you lose 5 levels and die.
Hey.
Okay, I'm just joking. Anyway, sorry, that's not funny, is it? Okay. So she's a sorceress, so just be warned, you know that magic is extremely unfavorable to her. I'm just saying instead of
Yeah,
the one
I
out of...
do, which is
instead-
why I'm very hesitant.
Yeah, but you know that when she does cast magic, it's fucking awesome. But, anyway, so he's like, okay, you guys are all here to help me then, thank you. Do you kind of know what's going on around town? I saw you were talking to a couple of the local residents.
We've heard that something was happening, but we don't know what.
I nod my head. Yes. All we know is there's some kind of dark presence that seems to be sending shivers down people's spines.
Yes, looming over the city.
Looming over the city. I love how you said
And
that.
he kind of just looks like... He kind of just like... Oh, I don't know what that is, but... I've had a bunch of murder and kidnappings recently.
I see.
Wonder if they have anything to do with the hag.
About 8... We've had about 8 children going missing. And about 20 adults were murdered. All of them were family members or close friends of the children.
Do you think that it was the drow doing this, perhaps?
No, he definitely says. We've had a few survivors. Any references the orc you saw earlier, he said that a small child had taken. He said that a small child had guided his child away while his holding his wife. So He doesn't know what happened. He just says that a small child had taken his child, and this seems to be a common case that someone is either using illusionary magics or another child of some form is taking the kid. We thought we had found it when we went to investigate one of the kidnapping scenes. We found a thief in the house. We went to try him and we had him hanged, but murders are still happening, so it obviously wasn't him.
Do you think it's possible for a hag to be causing this?
He raises an eyebrow. A hag, and so Melinda steps in at this point. A hag is a Shadowfell creature, a creature of both the Fae and darkness. They're generally known for collecting the souls of evil creatures. They are able to transform into humans, but I don't think that their favorite tactic is kidnapping children. She says, clarifying right away.
Alright. I just thought it might be worth bringing up, considering we were chasing the town by one.
Oh, you were
And
chasing
I'm gonna
the
be
town
right
by
back.
one. Okay, so she seems intrigued by this. Oh, you're chasing a town by a night hag? By the way, fucking Felicia, the rogue, is fucking head against the wall.
Can I just cast, like, a small little flame just to wake her up?
Alright, so sure enough. Ah! Okay.
And I just say, yes, a night hag. It attacked us multiple times during the night.
Okay, so she acknowledges, like, I don't think this is their normal motive, so... But it wasn't a bad guess. And so she kind of looks like... So everyone kind of gets back, he's like, look, I've looked as hard as I can, and I've already arrested 3 individuals, and all of them had an alibi. Not to mention that the murder's still happening. So, look, it's either I have a copycat killer, or the person doing this is still out on the loose. If you need, I have a few leads I can tell you about.
What are these leads?
It's like, well, there's believed to be a local assassin, and I can't find him. Maybe he's the one responsible for this. I doubt it, but maybe he's ransoming off the children to other people.
If that were the case, I don't see where he would benefit from killing the families. He has no one to ransom them.
It's just a theory. Maybe other family members. He's like, that's just a theory, though. We also have this new church that's opened up called the Church of Knowledge. Many of the locals, many of them elves and dwarves believe that they might have something to do with this as a ritual sacrifice. Personally, I don't believe it, but it's just something we've heard. Otherwise, many people believe it's either us, the King's Guard, which I can assure you is not the case, or maybe the governor of the land. But
Which he has not assured us yet is not the case.
Right, he's
You're
just
back.
like, I don't believe this is the case, but this is what I come to understand.
Well, I believe our most tangible lead to follow right now is the church. We don't know where the assassin is. We have no means of approaching the governor directly about this.
He's like, the governor generally keeps his doors open to anyone who wishes to approach. So I mean,
Still, though, simply going up to him asking him if he's a killer is a horrible idea.
he's like, true enough, I'll give you that. He's like, the governor isn't above the law here. So if you give compelling evidence that he is, we'll more than likely be able to put an arrest warrant for him. But in all honesty,
The governor isn't necessarily a noble.
right. The man's too selfish to be concerned with kidnapping and murderers.
I see.
Calamity, Cinder, do you have anything to add to this thing as you hear that there's a kidnapping and murders?
So the governor isn't necessarily a noble, is he?
Not entirely, no. He's like the grandson of a duke or something. back to the mainland.
But not direct nobility.
No. Yes. Many little ones
Interesting.
gone.
Is there any particular family that he's going after? Race? Anything like that?
He's like, good point. It's been mostly humans and a half-elf or a human and elven child. Maybe it's just because they're a little more common. There was a dwarf girl who was taken though, so there's nothing really consistent there.
Anything that you find that is left behind at all?
He's like, I'm not sure. He's like, I'm not sure. I haven't investigated the scenes personally, but from what I understand, just the people were killed and just the child was taken.
What
Any
weapon was
signs that are hinted at before these takings happen?
He shrugged his shoulders. Other than that, a strange child starts coming around.
What about weapon? These bodies, what kind of weapon killed them?
That's where he's kind of like shivers a bit. I heard that it was a dagger, but I also heard that magics were involved. Someone's practicing magic, so he says right away, I believe it's one of the elves. He's like a high elf, probably. Those bastards practice magic all the time and have an intricate knowledge of it, and it just doesn't rub me right.
You know, I've decided aggro identifies mostly as an elf when it comes to manipulation, but for shopping he acts a lot more like a human.
Okay, go on.
So he's going to be a tad offended on behalf of the elves. And why?
Well, he doesn't say
why
wood
necessarily
elf.
is it an
You're
elf?
You're a wood elf, right? Or half wood elf, or what half are you?
Let's see. Considering I speak both high elf and I'm just gonna roll a die on that actually.
Yeah,
Let's figure that out.
Yeah, roll 1d2. 2 being wood okay, so you're half wood elf, I guess.
Fair enough.
Okay, so you're kind of just like he's talking about high elves is what he's talking
It's
about.
still elves though.
Yeah, well,
What else and high elves don't like each other though?
they don't like each other too much, but they seem to find themselves more and more in need of accompanying each other.
Yeah, probably still elves over humans, right?
Right.
So still, it's still going to be offended on their behalf and ask why it necessarily has to be a high elf.
He's like, because unlike us who are given powers by our gods and through means of good, they get their powers through study and sacrifice. Now, mind you, Melinda will straight up step in like, well, I am a caster and I was given it by birth. And he's trying to like, well, I don't mean you. I mean they actually study it, like they understand it. Okay, got it. No, she said Dimmy, bro.
Oh, I thought she was saying like Dimmy Zing to someone on.
Yeah, Facebook.
And he says, fair to say, so they are wizards, not sorcerers.
He's like, many of them are wizards.
What about humans and dwarves and elves? What of all of them? Are they as well the same?
No, that's just he's like it's a racial stereotype, Joel said. Most high elves are wizards, but at the same time, it's kind of like I don't know. It's just an idea. It could be anyone. All I understand is that there was unnatural burns on the body, burns given from some unnatural source.
Alchemist's fire, perhaps.
No, it wasn't just that. It's fucking magic. That's what he says. It's magic.
It is magic. I know that.
Yep.
So perhaps we should look at those who know magic. Does this assassin have any track record of using magic?
He shrugs his shoulders. I don't know. I just know that he's killed people before.
You were not able to view the scene of the death?
No, not myself. I've been dealing with other issues that I do not need your help looking into.
Captain, have there been no other distinctive features when the kidnapper attacked? You did say that there was one witness, right?
A few witnesses, few survivors. And from what you understand, there's a child started hanging around the child who got kidnapped that resulted in the murder of the family.
Let's see.
He's like, wait, hold on, I got an idea. There is this, what is it? There is this advisor to the governor. She is a caster. Maybe she can provide help with it. I understand she's quite good at predicting the future. Maybe she can help you.
That would be very useful.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, that's just where my mind goes.
But so he's just like, if you need anything, she might be the one to help you.
I see. Then she'll probably be the first one we go to. After all, if anyone would know about the practices of such a church, it would be someone who practices the studies of magic and rituals.
Right. Just like she, I believe, is intelligence. She studies magic, like not like you divine casters do. It's like, look, I have other things to get to. If you have any questions, just call for one of my men. and
I'm
they'll
sure
guide
you do.
He kind of glares at you, and what's that supposed to mean, half-breed?
Hey now.
This man.
Let's not
this man's
resort
not
to
a noble. He's just a
calling you
guard
being
captain.
childish.
You wanna
Dear.
you wanna try your luck on guessing that this guy isn't a noble?
Actually, yeah, sure. Let's see.
Roll a knowledge history.
History. Of course, fucking course.
You don't fucking know. He's like, if you want, I'll show you.
Well, let's
my...
go by the fact that nobles generally did not go into the military, especially not as guards. So that's a
And
place
so,
to start.
fucking, your sister kicks you in the shin like an idiot. Like, dude, don't you recognize his name? She says it. He's like one of the fucking. He's the king's like second uncle or something like that. He's not obviously. He has no ties to the throne exactly. He's just like. He took the name of the King's Guard so he could protect the king. He's over here under the king's orders. This guy's a bigger noble than you, dude. I would shut the fuck up, she says. and you
Part
hear,
of
and you
part
hear
of me
her
still wants
rubbing
to
her
bitch
foot.
slap him,
You hear her
but I
rubbing
don't think
her
I could get
foot.
away with it.
Lander's pinching his temple at his friend's actions.
You hear her rubbing her foot as she hurt herself trying to kick you.
Yeah, I'm wearing frickin' splint mail.
Okay, so he's like, I gotta leave now. If you have any questions, look for me and my men. We'll give you answers. Oh, and he throws down a sack of coin onto the bar as he's leaving, like, pay for the rooms. Hey, he's at least somewhat of a nice guy. I mean, he's paying for your rooms.
I don't see what the guy did wrong to begin with.
Yeah, he was never exactly mean to us in the first place, so...
Nothing. I was just making a joke about his likes of visiting a brothel.
Well, I'll tell you straight up, most humans who are from Vestil look at most half-elves as kind of a half-breed and kind of lesser. So he was obviously playing it kind of cool earlier, but after you go to question him, he kind of just like, what was that?
He's just gonna slump down and say, like, he's not had the best day.
Boys,
Especially
there's
not
no
his
need to
sisters
be
here.
childish like
Okay.
this.
The guy's already gone nice.
Yeah, the guy's already gone left. So is there anything else from you people you want to do besides maybe crash? It is late at night now, and many of the patrons who were here, including your retainers, by the way, your retainers who your sisters recognize, are fucking passed out at a table drunk.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Maybe I should go finish their drinks.
There we go. He was bound
Help
over and still
yourself.
up with his hand.
Okay, so yeah, you guys steal the rest of their drinks, and they have like a few
Ooh,
drinks left.
Can I
and
do sleight of hand on him?
They're fucking passed out. They're drunk.
You can basically do anything you want to them
Yeah.
at this point.
You could draw a dick on their face or something.
Put him first.
So, what are you guys going to...
No. I'm gonna do produce water.
Just boom!
No. I'm gonna make one warm and one cold, and I'm gonna put their hands on it and run
Oh
away.
gosh.
So you just see this, like, childish grin come on her after she's been trying to get them to not be children.
Yes,
Okay.
I was about to comment on that.